Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome. We are streaming. It is 8/8/2021. Let's go. So I mapped out some of this analysis while setting up the stream. I came in and gold just crumbled. I don't know what we got going on here, but gold just crumbled. I did not expect it to move that fast. I honestly did not. I thought would have got this move, later on in this Asian session. Now I'm looking for buys. Now that we did come down, this is our week support. If we go on the week, you see week support. I'm also gonna place one here for the resistance. We got a big one up here. This is a minor resistance where it came in. Whites are my day resistance and supports, and then purple will be the weeks. Hello, Lena.
Hi, Mitch. How you doing?
All right, and you?
Good, good. Did you see that drop in gold?
Yeah, it crumbled. I was sitting here setting everything up, and I heard my alert that I set back on Friday in this zone go off. I'm like,
I
what
had a
the hell? It
tiny,
just
tiny,
crumbled.
yeah, I had a tiny buy set up on Friday that I left. It was so small that, but it just, it just disappeared when that sold so far. So,
So it did put a. Bless me. Sorry. Um, it did put a up my buys though. What I was looking for.
oh, bless you.
Thank you, thank you. Dust in there. I don't know what it is. Holy.
Did you just come in from outside?
No, I think it was because I went in from. I don't have AC in my office, and the rest of the house has AC, so I think that's what it is. I was in there, and now I'm out in the heat.
What did you say about your buys? Because it went down 800 pips. Like, that's crazy.
I think buys are. I'm looking for buys sooner. I was waiting for buys around closer to that 9 o'clock candle, but now I'm trying to see how I could get in back into this touch here, back into see if we could come down anywhere in between 1684 and 1703. If we could get anywhere in there again, so I could take a buy, would be awesome.
Max, you remember Max was talking about you going down to 1680?
Yes, he was.
Well,
Um,
he was just on, I think,
I don't even
Michelle's.
think he thought it was gonna go this
No,
soon.
no, I
like,
was not. He, he's on the beach right now. He just went for a swim over in Australia, and he's on the beach, and he was on the Zoom. He jumped on the Zoom that Michelle turned on. Um, so he just said he really wasn't expecting it to hit
oh,
that.
Michelle's got a Zoom going.
Yeah, just above yours. You put it in WhatsApp, but hers was just above. So I jumped over. Sammy's on that one. So maybe what I wanted to do is tell you guys maybe I'd like to be on both of yours. So maybe we could consolidate or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna.
Jump off yours and go on hers, or
Yeah, I'm hopping into hers right now on my phone.
Retest 16.
well, I don't know what to do then. I can't be on both. So
Are you on a 1 minute chart or a 5 minute chart?
This is 1 minute. If we go to the 5 minute.
I'm gonna mute myself and get a little bit of dinner, but I'll keep my phone with me in case you change.
Okay.
Let me know. Okay.
So I'm really looking for us to make this W, right? We made a W in here, if you will. We came down to make the M. So now I want to really see the come up to make the W again. Something I'm looking for. I like to trade patterns. It's a pattern that I do see come out a lot. Sammy's also noticed it as well. Hey, Reflex, what's up, what's up? I mean, I think I'm waiting for it to come down and get me a better entry so I can buy. Because I do believe we're going to come up, tap in this area to come back down to go back up. I don't know if we're going to break this in that. I mean, we're testing this area. We tapped it once, we tapped it twice. Let's see what happens from here. Because it looks like it's wanting to respect it. It's going back up. I don't know if this is how far we're going to get a retracement on this. Or a retest, because it's definitely going to retest these highs.
Would this be a good opportunity, Mitch, to put a fib on that?
I'm not really that sure on fibs. I mean,
Me either. Me either. That's why
I've been trying to.
Because it's such a big drop, and I was just thinking, I wonder if that is something.
I mean, we could probably fib the candle itself.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I have seen Sammy do that. I don't know where it is. I mean, we're coming up to our 50. Yeah, to come see how far it comes into our.
Yeah, just to mark the 70.2 or the 78 and see if it.
Wouldn't that be upside down?
No,
turn it upside down.
I think you're good. I think we're seeing if it's going to go up to like 50% retracement or 70. That's upside down to me. Because if you want to go from the bottom up, you want to see if it's going to go to 70% retracement. I'm thinking. Anyway.
Oh, I did it again.
I think you were right in the first one.
So I would like to see it. I mean, I like the 70%, 68%. I want to see in this lower time frame how that looks. So I really feel like we're gonna come in here. I feel like this is my spot because it, you know, the fib confluence.
Yeah, can you mark it in such? Can you mark it in such a way that we can?
Yes.
That you can see it later. I mean, I might not be on the charts when you see this. But.
So this is my confluence. I mean, it's with the fib, and it also is in with my EMA, my 50 EMA.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, this area, if it comes in and taps that 50, I believe that is the move to come down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I honestly did not expect to open the charts up today and see, when I did, that is, and then see that candle move so much. It was just.
I know. I opened it just before and I closed it, and then when I got on with Michelle and Sammy, they were talking about it dropping so much. I thought, I went back to it and went, whoa.
Yeah, that's. Oh, what's up? Oh, we're looking at. Lena, we're looking at your. I think your table.
My table?
Yeah. I know.
No, I turned it off. I don't know how I do accounting for people, so my camera is facing like away from my monitor. So yeah, you're probably looking at the bottom.
I would. So that's what I'm looking for. I am looking for some kind of. I might not take this trade. I mean, it might not even play out to today. Well, I'm not so sure about taking it. I want to see how this week is. Let's check news. We got FOMC. We got some AUD news Monday. USD FOMC. JOLTS job openings.
Yeah, not really any red folders until.
We got Wednesday. We got CPI. which is going to be good. The 10-year bond auction for Wednesday. We got PPI Thursday. Unemployment claims, 30-year bonds on Thursday for USD. So we got a pretty mellow start to it, and then when we come into the halfway, we got some major news events. I want to see how that's going to play effect into with price. Because we're also
not that we know what even happened to cause this drop.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't see us coming down. I mean, we're tapped into this nice support on a month, and we're coming up. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna keep doing it. I mean, yeah, you see, we tapped it once, we tapped it twice. It's our fourth time.
Oh.
By number 5, I think we're gonna come through it. That's where that W pattern I'm looking to see to come into play.
Where?
To gain some momentum to push through that. Because I don't know. I don't think we could do it. I mean, if we come down to here, but I don't think we could do it without coming up to get that push. I do want to see what time frame was I looking at this at. Now look at this 4-hour total rejection.
Yeah, for sure. Do you remember, was it on Thursday, the daily candle, it went up like a spike and came down, and there was a lot of discussion whether it was going to go back up again, and I really felt like it wasn't going to even bother to go up there, but it did consolidate for the rest of it.
Yeah. I mean,
when it came straight down.
You said Thursday?
Well, if you look at the daily candle, it'll have to be the daily. Then you'll see it. If you make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, see there.
That one, right? Yeah, that was nasty.
It went straight up and it wasn't retested, nothing. It was like a needle. And I strongly felt, and I'm not I don't usually predict things or talk about or send my charts in, but I had a strong feeling that one was not going to be going up again. And, it did a little bit, just, but from then on it's been going straight down. And it seemed to be like a signal, because it wasn't, like there's nothing even beside, how it usually goes straight up and then there'll be a candle adjoining it straight down. But
yes.
That was a whole daily candle that didn't turn into a thick candle.
That was news, correct?
I don't think that was news. I think there was news after that. But
this was news.
You totally might be right. I don't know, because I'm not on the charts all day long like everybody is. And
Thursday.
Was that Thursday?
Yeah, this is Thursday news. What do we have? Oh, we had unemployment claims.
It was an orange folder.
But it stayed the same. Oh, FOMC. Walker talks.
I don't know if anything really caused that.
What was the day before? There were news somewhere here. ADP.
Well, maybe it was. Oh, that was a big change. The ADP.
And that's what it was. I believe we caught that.
Was that a Wednesday candle? Maybe.
Yes, but I think we didn't. So this was the move, but I think we price didn't get priced in until here, unless it was just making a correction for gaining the momentum for this drop for the news on Friday.
Well, all I can say is I don't remember news making that thing spike up and spike down, but I could be wrong. And it probably was, right? It slipped my mind that it was anything. So,
Which
but we were talking about what happened tonight. Michelle and Sammy were, I think we were all sort of wondering, and I think Brian mentioned that the Olympics just closed, just finished. And that was the only thing we could think of that, not that would have made gold drop, but like the yen is a safe haven for gold, or for putting money as well as gold. And like maybe something happened, something politically happened with
Mr. Mitch, what's going on?
Hey.
Sammy, you found me.
Found you, Lena.
How you doing?
You can run, but you can't hide.
Apparently.
Hello. Yeah, this is a crazy ass candle as I'm looking at it like this.
Yep. Beautiful area you got there for a possible rejection, Mitch. I was looking at the same area right here.
Oh, and there, yeah, because we fibbed it, and that's the 70, 68 area. Because we fibbed just this.
Just from opening, right?
Just the candle. And I want to try and see this 50% in that area, the 70, 60. I mean, we're coming up to this 50s. Hopefully we could push through it to come in here to take sells. I mean, this move here, this candle move was crazy. I was telling Lena, I had since me and Max were talking about it Thursday or Wednesday, he called 1600s out, and I put an alert there, and I'm sitting here getting ready to eat, and I just heard my alarm go off. I'm like, what the hell is that? Already? It was a crazy move.
That's wild.
Anyone still holding sells? Congratulations. Because that's
yes,
what?
Sir.
Oh, that's crazy.
Sammy's still holding cells.
From 1830.
Oh, you're still holding them?
From 1830.
Damn, that's what,
What
1,000 pip move?
I'm not letting it go.
I wouldn't either.
Jesus Christ, bro. You got like 1,000 pips. 1,500 pips.
Dude, insane.
I mean, when Max comes on, is like, hey, what do y'all think is 1680 now?
And I was trying to think of Max's number. I kept thinking I gotta ask you guys who predicted that or who talked about that.
Max did.
Doesn't Max have a different name though?
Ricardo.
It is Ricardo. Okay, because I followed him on Instagram, and I thought it was Ricardo. Okay.
Look.
I mean, this is where I'm looking. I really want to catch it. I really feel like I didn't, like, this was crazy. So when I came in, we were like around, I think we're coming to this purple line. That's the week? That's my week, yeah. We were coming down to this week support, and I was just like amazed because we came in and rejected it. Now, if we come back down here, we're going down. Like you said, Sammy, numerous times, is like knocking on the door. We've already knocked on this door 4 times. The 5th time, I really feel like we're just gonna crumble past it.
I don't trust it.
That's the real move. I mean, I'm also, I've been looking at those M's and W's that you like to call out, because you know I like my patterns. What time frame? I don't remember what time frame it was. I was sitting here and we're looking at it. Okay, so we got. Oh, right here. Alright. So we made our little M in here, right? Where's my lines? So we came here, to here, to here, to here. I mean, somewhere in here, I'm just gonna go for this, to make this come up, to come down, to come back up, or to continue this M version down, right?
Yep.
Because that's, I mean, ever since we've talked about it, what was it, Thursday? I've been trying to go back and figure out these, that M move to work that pattern in. Because you also got another one.
Well, while Mitch is doing that, Sammy, if you were going to throw a fib on this move, where would you put the top?
So, what time frame is this?
This is the daily.
Yeah. So we don't know if this leg is done, but we know this leg is officially done, right? So you can't really draw a fib from top to bottom. You don't know if this is the bottom yet. So Mitch, like I showed you, if you do the 100 here and you put your 0 here, you should get a minus 27 somewhere down there, and that should be the target before it would start pushing up strongly upwards, right? Yeah. And let's see where that minus 27 is. Okay, yeah, right there. So it doesn't have to get there because we are on a daily. It doesn't have to tap exactly, but within this area, it should be tapping into that, right? Because, I mean, you have hella people buying right now. But let me see. On a fib, like the thing is about fibs, right? So when we're drawing a fib from low to high, when we're matching the 50, the 618, the 70, or even the 78, you can't just use these levels alone if there's no type of minor order block or zone on the left. If it's just a clean candle without any like minor hiccup, because that minor hiccup has maybe orders to protect, but if it's just clean down, it can just rip right through just as it came down. So that's why when I'm drawing a fib on this leg over here, you can't really use that leg. Best you can use is looking left and using structure, and looking at points where we could possibly reverse, right? So we're looking at like this area as some kind of resistance that could possibly form. We have the low of this over here as well that could possibly form. So actually Mitch dropped down to a 4-hour. Maybe we can get a better view of this, but yeah, that was okay. Like there's I'm trying to consider all possibilities, right? Because whatever we're expecting, whatever anybody's expecting, right? They have to deceive them one way or another. Everybody who thought it was buys from here, they got them already. Maybe we're waiting for buys to come back to here to sell it. They can keep going up, right? So they could be just setting the tone for Monday. Me personally, I'm not going to get enticed, right? It's still the early hours of the week, right? We're still going to catch some clean moves unless we get something like this again, right? Some consolidation. But even then, we're still going to catch some clean moves. So right now, where Mitch has his box marked up, I'm also looking at that price range. I want to see how price reacts to that. It can maybe even reject slightly and push up higher, but I want to see, now let me see, what is this? The hour is about to close. Slightly not quite too bullish. Let me see.
See, if this candle closed right here, right now, I would say we're going to continue to sell. Just because we didn't do anything, right? Or we're going to range to then come to sell. Just off how the candle printing, right? Because we never came down, we're not coming up, we're closing. I mean, it's kind of strong, but I wouldn't, it's not that strong.
Yeah, it's literally a guessing game because it's new structure, part of the new week. Now, we definitely already hit. Yeah, like it's expected for it to retrace now, but it's how far will it retrace? And when it does reach, like here, whether it reaches here or whether it reaches here, we want to see some kind of bearish pressure in terms of candle formations to continue selling off. Possibly, right? Now, they don't have to do that. Everybody's expecting more sells. They could buy it right back up to here, to here, to here. We have to see how the momentum goes. So I think they got rid of their orders, right? So I was looking at the news. They're like gold flash crash, $100. Okay, cool. Now, just when was it? I think it was a week or 2 weeks ago when we were up here, right? When price first touched 1830, they were saying gold rocketing, soaring, since months or whatever. And what did they do after that? After they posted on the news that gold's going up, they brought it down, right? So now that they published that gold did a flash crash down, right? Now, flash crashes mean temporary sells quickly and buys right back, right? Or it could mean some people might take it in a negative way and say, oh, it crashed. Maybe it's going to crash, it's bearish. It's going to keep being bearish. So you have two perspectives that we have to consider. But we're going to get, let today go by. If you want to take some scalps, guys, go ahead. But be careful and please practice proper stop loss and proper risk management. But, we should see how they set the tone at the end of today or possibly leading into London and New York. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just not even trying to think too much about it, right? There's a few things that can happen and just, wait and see what can happen.
Absolutely. I mean, now, especially with this beginning of the week candle, and we're, the second week of the month? Well, no, it's technically the first week, right? We're still working on this first week.
Yeah, we're barely
Second week. We're in the second week. Okay. I want to see. I mean, because we came in here and we tested this. What stopped us here? This little bullshit here. I mean, this is a strong resistance, but I really feel like I was saying earlier, we're gonna come up to grab this momentum to push down. But as Sammy said, we got to figure out, let it play out. We're early in
All right,
this.
guys, it's just dropping a whole bunch right there. Dang, did it slip me? Where are we? Where's my
Dropping
trade?
a whole bunch.
Mine's off from y'all's.
Oh yeah. I forgot you're on a different.
I just went up
or something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but Michelle, we see it.
I was on a sell. I was on a sell right when right before that happened. So that just dropped 80 pips.
That's crazy.
Wait, oh my God, what are we doing? Oh, okay. Wait, I'm in another position. Oh my God. Let me get out. Flatten.
Hold on. Wait.
Mayday.
It's coming down. Wait.
Oh
Don't
my
close
gosh.
yet. Don't close yet. No.
No, what I did is I entered twice on sells, on buys. I was in sells. I entered twice. So it closed me out and then entered me in buys. And I don't want to be in buys, but maybe I did.
Did you double click?
I don't know what I did, but it was like bling, bling, fill in orders. And I'm like, no, wait, where are we?
That's why
So did you profit? Did you break out of that oopsie in the green?
Oh my gosh. So basically, I should not have hit flatten. I should have calmed down. I entered buys twice because it slipped me, but it didn't slip me. It just had my order sitting there. And then I was like, I don't want to be in buys right now. But then maybe I don't know. That was crazy. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
I thought maybe you hit the reverse button. I've never seen a reverse button on anybody.
No, I do have a reverse button, but I hit flatten, and when you hit flatten, they give you terrible pricing. It's like market pricing. So I shouldn't have hit flatten. I should have calmed down and said, "Where are you? What are they doing?" Because I actually was in profit when I hit flatten, but by the time they closed me, I probably wasn't in profit, but it was only probably 20 pips. That's okay. So y'all aren't looking at my chart over here, but if you're on the YouTube, like there's a channel. We just respected the channel. So Mitch, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to annotate. There's a channel right here. Let me get my line.
On what time frame?
It doesn't matter. This will work right here. And then the top of my channel is coming off of here. And if you do the channel tool, these are absolutely parallel. So I entered cells like right here, coming up on the 1 hour. And then I caught that candle down. But then when I hit buys, we were at the bottom of this, which I probably should have held by now. So use the channel tool because I like how it makes your lines exactly parallel.
What the fuck?
Who's doing that?
Me, I was trying to use the parallel tool.
Yeah, you can, but start it here. Put your first point here, your second point across this wick. Oh, y'all can't see. Sorry, I'm moving around. So you wanna start your parallel tool right here, clip that wick, extend it, and then move your tool up, and it'll give you this top line. There you go. Perfect. Extend, extend, extend. I mean, you could, no, I wouldn't extend that far. You could bring it down. I have it right there, but you could bring it down more, but that's where I have it. Dang, that would have been good buys. Man, oh well, I'm happy. That actually would have been primo buys where I took my sells. And I was closing because we were hitting this line. So when I closed my sells, I closed it because we were hitting this line. And then I accidentally bought, but then I panicked and got out. Lena, you know how you say those accidents aren't accidents?
Exactly. They're never accidents.
So
Oh
now
my
what
gosh,
makes
Lena.
this?
Where were you a minute ago when I was panicking?
I was watching you. I was trying to jump in and say, you know,
I was trying to tell you don't close them. I was
wait
trying
a
to
second.
tell you.
Always wait a second and pull your. But you know that's happened too, where you know I ended up in drawdown. But
My gosh,
So-
those buys were just as good as the sells I took.
Michelle, what makes this the channel and not this up here?
I just did it. If you go to the 1 minute, you'll see I made it off of, go to the left. I made it off of this point right here. Because originally we had this, we had a pennant, then the pennant turned into a rising triangle like that, and then we broke the triangle, so then I drew a channel. I moved from a pennant to a triangle to a channel. And I used that as my top point, and this is these 2 points here as the bottom of my channel, and then I extended up to that point there. That's what I did.
it's just a range on an angle called a channel.
Yes. But as long as it respects, like you can see, look, here we are almost an hour later and we're respecting this trend line. So is this the top of the channel? Who knows? But I entered sells based on the fact that I fibbed this and we had just passed the 50% from here to here. This went right past the 50% mark. That's why I was asking Sammy where he would fib from. And I expected a little pullback from that 50%. And then it gave me a couple of candles to confirm it. Then the 1 hour finished it off for me.
That looks like it's making its way up to your area.
And
there.
because I'm scalping, I'm not like, that's why I didn't want to be back in buys. Like, which now in hindsight, I wanted to be in buys. Look, I had this thing bought at this level and I got out for 67 pips. And right now I would be up 230.
You should trust Mitch's chart here. We worked really hard on that fib. I'm learning about them and he put it on there. So
Ooh, that top point, man,
And then-
1800.
And then
All right.
really, no, I'm just, because the W pattern, right? So it could be anywhere. I mean, we could even, we could
For
test
sure.
this, but definitely we're going to come in and most definitely test this. But that's what I'm So I was talking about the W. I mean, I've been obsessed with that MW pattern since me and Sammy talked about it the other day. So I've been trying to really find those and capitalize on it.
Michelle, you've been really looking at those M's and W's too. I've never looked at them. This is interesting.
Okay, so I'm going to say one more thing about this shape.
Number.
Because we are looking at a channel, but there's one more shape happening that you have to consider. And that is a rising wedge. So if there is a rising wedge happening, it will break to the down off of the top coming through. So even an upwards channel should eventually break down. So be leery of taking buys and honoring this channel, but also keep this line in mind. Oh gosh, I'm looking at my chart. I'm so sorry, guys. Hold on. Let's go over here to Mitch's. They're like, what are you talking about, Michelle? Okay, so we have this channel, but we also have this happening, which is a wedge. Okay, so wedges and channels in this formation both break to the down, but at what point, you don't know. If I had to be a storyteller, which Sammy tells me not to be, if you look at a 1 minute,
I feel like it's gonna break down that day.
I'm going to show you something forming on the 1 minute right now that could be your signal to go down. Mitch, where are you?
I'm here. You want me to go to the 1 hour? Sorry, I was yelling
No,
at my
1
daughter.
minute. 1 minute. Hit the 1 minute.
She's running around when
Okay, so look at this, guys. Right here. This would be a head and shoulders to come down. So you're in a rising triangle, or no, a rising wedge, a rising channel. Both of those should break to the down. Sometimes it won't come back to the top line. It'll come off of the middle, and you look for stuff like this pattern right here, head and shoulders pattern. And then if this comes back down, expect it to break through, or expect it to respect that, but be leery that it might break through. Or sometimes it respects this level, comes up a little. You'll just have to see. If it does break out, it should come back and retest this channel anyway. That's a lot of markings, but
yeah, in a 1 minute.
that 1 minute and the next candle's coming down again.
It can go up, it can go down, is what I hear. Yeah, but she never said sideways, so you know it's either up or down, right? She never said sideways.
What I'm saying is that we're in two patterns that should break to the down, but don't expect to get back to the top. It could get back to the top, but don't expect it to get, here I'm using my wrong computer again. Don't expect it to reach the top of this channel again to come back down. This is usually, if it comes out of a channel, you will see this setup, and it's the head and shoulders. And I know we're on the 1 minute, but it's very valid. So it'll have these people thinking we're going all the way back up, but then it'll stop here around the mid. It'll break down. You've completed a head and shoulders. You've broken out of the channel and the wedge to the downside. Anything's in play right now. So that's just what I'm seeing. But I mean, anything is in play. Like this could definitely go right back up. It doesn't make sense to me at this point, but we are on a 1 minute. So look at the different time frames. I mean, honestly, these 1 minute candles are printing like normal 5 minute candles, and their size, if you know what I mean. I mean, how many pips are we moving in these 1 minute candles? 40 to 50 pips still?
No.
I think so.
You got an 18.
I mean, an 18 pip candle. Here's an 18 pip candle.
We got a doji.
Here's a 32 pip candle. Here's a 48 pip candle. This current one we're on right now, well, the previous minute is a 12 pip candle.
Oh, you counting the bodies or the wicks as well?
I'm just putting my cursor over the candle on my software and it tells me how many pips it is.
It gives you from wick to wick.
Oh,
Yeah, the
that's
entire
nice.
move of the candle.
My shit don't do that. That's just fucking. If your leverage is better, I'd probably go there.
I mean, right here on the 1 minute. Oh, hold on. This right here was 113 pips. This one candle right here. I mean, come on, that's more than a 5 minute candle. So that's why I don't mind looking at the 1 minute right now, because the range on the 1 minute candle can tell you a whole lot. By the time you look at a 5 minute or 15 minute, it's already happened. Here we go, back down.
You just made a gap right there for the first time.
Is that the first gap? Seriously?
Yep.
Whew. All right. That's actually a decent sign for going down, I think. Crap, I wish I'd have got that. Move. Man, I just tried to enter and it passed me.
That's going too fast.
Wait, I don't want that sale now.
No.
You're selling at the low?
No! I'm selling off my formation of my candles.
It's going to bounce on that wedge.
Like if you were looking at a 5 minute, oh my gosh, that's what I'm saying. If you were looking at a 5 minute pattern, okay, don't look at the 5 minute. If let's just say this was a 5 minute, this is a Guala entry right here on a 5 minute. Guala would take this all day long on a 5 minute setup. There we go, right down out of the channel. So we're going to come down. We might bounce off of here. If we come out, expect it to come back and retest the channel line. Now, Ray taught me channels the other day. Your take profit should be right around here. I have to study up on that. I need a little lesson from Ray on how she called that. And I don't know that we're far enough out of the channel to justify it continuing down.
Someone said no FOMO, Michelle. No FOMO.
I know, gosh, guys, y'all have no idea over here. Because it's like I'm seeing all the setups that I would take trades off of, but it's hard to trust it on a 1 minute because I would normally trade off of a 5 minute or a 15 minute. So on a 1 minute, you're like, can it still hold to the same rules?
See,
I don't know.
I don't like to, I'll watch it, manage an entry on the 5 minute or on the 1 minute, but I don't like to take them. I'd rather take it on a 5 minute, if anything.
I mean, we just had another 240, no, wait, that was 113. That was a 62 pip candle. I mean, a 62 pip 1 minute candle, guys. It makes no sense not to be looking at the 1 minute right now. Or to not take any trades. Sammy's over there like, shush, Michelle, don't take any trades.
Maybe we'll make it a WKA. We're on the first A.
I don't know. We're coming back into that channel.
I think it goes up 1735 by Asian and then it falls again.
If you don't catch this at the right time, you can end up being trapped. That's why when it didn't fill my order, I was out because I don't want it on the way back up. That last green minute candle, 40 pips.
I mean, this is a new 15. This 15 minute is 4 minutes old. It's moved 86 pips.
Let me go over to find Mitch's chat. I'm not watching any chats right now, so sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get into trading view so we can just do this fast. Hopefully it don't
I always jump into both of your YouTubes and put a like and then jump out and go into the Zoom.
Ah, you motherfucker.
Hey guys, if you're in the live trading lounge, we're looking at Mitch's. He's running a stream over on Forex Soldiers. So if you want to see the charts that we're looking at with Mitch, head on over to Forex Soldiers, his YouTube channel, and you can see the charts he has going on.
So this is a GJ from the YouTube break and retest of Asian low. Well, seems pretty solid. I mean, you did buy it on the break of it. Or did you buy in at this? No, you bought in here. Took a breakout trade. I mean, if it's nice, I mean, I see some trouble in here. In this area here. You have to, I would set your TP into here or just keep your TP1 there and try and look at these areas on a smaller time frame and see how it's playing out. Because I see this is going to be some catalyst that's going to either send it back up or to keep falling. But this area in here, I would look for, keep an eye out on. Anyone else? GJ, you want to give them some analysis on this chart? No one? Anyone who trades GJ here?
I don't know that I've ever watched an Asian session do this. Has anybody else ever seen an Asian session move like this? Like, we might have a quiet week based on the fact that everything happened
during Asian
in 1 hour in Asia. The rest of the week, everybody's gonna be like, what?
This is a beautiful candle. This 5-minute close right here.
Did anybody determine that there was any type of news to justify this? I know Lena was asking, but is there some catalyst that created this? Is there a bomb that happened and we don't know?
There is no news. Absolutely.
I mean, one day
nothing.
the market moved a whole bunch and I was like, what just happened? And I hit the news and Trump tweeted. And I was like, well, there you go. Is Trump back?
Yeah, I don't see anything. I mean, there's nothing.
All I see is bank holiday, and that's really it.
I mean, there wasn't even like, not even on the calendar, like a scheduled event. There's nothing in the news. Where's Momo when we need him? Momo, where are you? Are you in here, Momo?
I don't trust buys right now. We have a 25
U.S.
minutes.
Senate trudges toward passing $1 trillion infrastructure bill. Is that?
Ooh, what? When did that come out? That's massive.
I don't know. Nomi just put it in there.
Infrastructure. I don't know. It's not like a stimulus. So $1 trillion infrastructure just strengthens the U.S. infrastructure, but I don't know that it moves gold 800 pips.
Look at this in the 15 minutes.
I mean, NFP didn't even move it that much.
That's what I was also thinking, Vincent. Maybe we're getting this late reaction from news since Asian didn't get part of that news. But then we would be climbing, not falling, right? If that was the case, they'd be catching in the retrace to fall. Luke. Remember
Is
Carmen
Luke
said
here?
Monday? Yes, he is. I don't know why he's not talking. He's probably sleeping or trying to sleep.
Hi, Luke.
Where is he?
Give the people what they want.
Yeah.
You know what I want? I want Kerwin to come on and be like, "Oh yeah, I saw this." The only person who really called this was Max Ricardo. This is like when we were in the 1900s and AJ was saying we're going to 1775 and I was like, I don't see it. Like we're so far from there. And Ricardo's calling 1680 when we were up at the close to the 1800. Oh, we were in the 1800s when he started saying 1680.
Thanks. I'm very proud of my call.
Yo, there he goes.
I
The
mean-
man of the hour. No, you called Smacked It on the Muscle, right? Because
He
you
did.
said, what day were we talking about that? Wednesday, I believe it was?
He's
Yeah,
been
I
saying
called
for-
it like it was on July.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I was looking at it from mid-July to go to, because of the weekly, because of the, like you see it every time when you see a heavy bearish weekly candle.
Max, what's our next level? Uncle
Well,
Max.
there's no pattern yet, but I think you'd think it would probably, but it's already moved up from the bottom. Like how many pips is that from 1684?
We're up 400 pips. No, 600 pips. No, wait. Where did y'all bottom out?
We're up at, from 684,
1684.
611, we're 422 pips up.
400. Yeah, little over
Wow.
400 pips. But the bottom for me was not 1684. It was 1676.
Yeah, mine was
Yeah.
1677, but from 1684 he was
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, 1670.
was
yeah.
the actual bottom of it, right? The actual.
So what
Yeah.
you're saying, Max, is you bought at 1684.
Oh, I wish I'd bought it. I was in the pool swimming.
Yeah.
But it's just what I was saying earlier about the the patterns that form, that they have to complete themselves. It's like if you draw a circle, and if you're drawing a circle and you stop after drawing 75% of it, then you could ask somebody, what do you think is going to happen next? And the next thing is just to keep completing the circle.
Unfortunately, price don't like to move all the time if we know it, right? They're gonna throw a hiccup in it if they keep going in a circle. Then eventually they'll make a
They don't
square.
have control over it. That's what I was saying earlier. You think they have control over price, but they don't have control over price. Like a mathematical equation has control over price. Like
Algorithms, like.
it's in the pattern. Like if you're drawing a square, then you must complete the square. Like you can't draw three sides of a square and then go sideways. That's not a square.
So Mitch, go to the 1 hour and Max, tell me if
We're
this
on the
is
1 hour.
what your thinking is.
Well, you were drawing that wedge earlier on the 1 minute chart. I mean, that's a 1 minute chart, but
1 minute chart with 100 pip 1 minute candles.
yeah. Actually, I'll give you. This is what I was looking. I wonder if this will work.
Oh, 1 hour doesn't even do it justice. Go to the daily.
Well, he was starting to explain it. Max, you were explaining it on the weekly, right?
Here we go, Max, right
I'm
here.
explaining on the weekly. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this is why, this was the whole reason I did not see us going back up when people were saying we're going to go back up to the 1850 higher. I did not see us not finishing this. And
This candle, that candle there is the catalyst to go lower.
yes, but we had
And
a
then-
little on the
then the
daily. We
weakness-
had a couple things that made it make you believe we're going up. They try to fool you to make you believe we're going up, but then it would immediately come right back into the pattern.
No, they're not trying to fool you. They're just following the pattern. They don't. This is what I'm saying, is that you think they're smarter than you, but they're just humans like you, and they must follow the pattern. They don't understand, just like no anyone. Like, they're just reacting. That's all. They're not. Like, I mean, you look at the NFP. Okay, so you're there on. For me, it's Friday night, and numbers come out. Now, you already know, because of the pattern, that it's going to drop. You already know that. It's not going to all of a sudden just break up to 1908. Or 1870 or whatever. So just based on what the pattern looks like, you've got a pretty good probability that it's going to go lower. You don't know by how much necessarily, but so the numbers must concur with that pattern, and they do, and then humans react accordingly, and they panic and they sell, and all of a sudden you've gone from 1800 to 1760 or wherever it went to. So it's not to do with what these guys are doing, because they're just reacting as well. They're not smarter, they're just reacting to the pattern, because it's a mathematical equation. It's like saying 2 + 2 is 4. It can't be 5, it can only be 4. So when you add it up, it's just a reaction rather than a sort of a smart move. Do you know what I mean?
So are you saying that the wholesalers might be reacting, but the retailers might be overreacting?
No.
Or no, but I mean, like, overcorrection.
What I'm saying is a little bit esoteric, but it's but it's sort of based in the idea that humans fundamentally have no real agency over what's occurring. They act emotionally, and the emotions are the machine mind. That's the mind acting like a machine. So, but you think you've got control over it. Okay, so we talk about the banks, and the banks are doing this, and the banks are doing that, but they don't have any control over it either. They are just following by rote the pattern. They're not all of a sudden, sending it in a direction without it having to go in that direction anyway. You know what I mean?
Can I share my screen, Max, and have you look at something really quick?
Yeah.
That I just thought of, because I have a very hard time thinking macro, like I really do, but listening to you.
Yeah.
Can you guys see my chart?
I can see the same chart that was up there.
You got to go up to view options.
Mitch, hit view options, or Mitch can stop sharing for a second. It'll pop over to mine. Okay, let me hit share. So can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically I took this and I did a duplicate. I cloned it. I moved it here and did this. This was something I had never considered, because everybody has always said we're going to, hit new highs this year. Gold's going to have the new highest of highs. But listening to yourself and thinking of patterns, and what Sammy was just saying about coming down, possibly into the 1500s, which is bananas to think about, because I've not traded gold long enough to even see the 2000s, let alone the 1500s. But a lot of you have.
Well, if you look at 1500, I mean, it's possible.
Right. But is this the type of thing that you would say in the pattern?
Well, I don't know what that pattern is. I'm just talking about the patterns that I look at, that are like that weekly chart that I had. Hang on, I'll see if you can see it. Where is
So
it?
basically, from the top to this bottom here, this would be a 618 retracement. And then this is an equal move. This line is exactly this line and angle and everything. So if I delete that, I go over here and I clone this line.
Yeah.
Then I just basically moved it. I don't have to change the angle, nothing. Hit it right on this top point.
Yeah.
Puts us getting right back down into here, which is something I've never even considered as an option.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, if you trade off that pattern and that's what you do, then that makes sense. Like you can make sense of it, and you can see where it's going to go. Like the pattern that what I was looking at. I wonder if this will work. Hang on a second. So I'm just going to copy this. And
are we looking at your chart now?
Well, should I just share my screen?
Yep. Yeah, I just stopped sharing so you can pop yours on.
All right, hang on a second. See if I can figure that out real quick. All right, where am I? Where's the Zoom? Now I've lost the Zoom. Zoom. Oh. Come on. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Hang on. All right. Share screen. That one. Share. Can you see that?
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
See, that weekly chart, that weekly big, huge bearish that covers all these bullish candles is telling me that it's going to continue lower. You don't know when, but if you look at this area, these candles here, they create that rising wedge that's going to drop. And then this candle says 50% of the bearish weekly. When you take 50% of this candle, it comes to here at 1680. Actually, it comes to 1676, 75, basically where it went to, which is here. So half of this is repeated here in this section. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. But you need a catalyst, and the catalyst in this case was the NFP to drop it, and then it becomes that.
I mean, NFP did a beating, but what happened today was twice the move of NFP.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, but you don't. That's the thing. You know, it's going to go to 1680. You just don't know when.
I mean, look. Can I just say, I will never trade without a stop loss again, and I am grateful that I was not in that drop that just happened without a stop loss.
Without a stop loss, yeah.
Because I was in buys. I was in buys on Friday, and I took a really small loss and got out and called it because I was still up for the day, and just called it for the day. And I expected to see some type of retracement of NFP.
Yeah.
And
so did I. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was going to wait till the 8 o'clock candle to see, well, maybe I can catch my daily 70 pips that I catch. And
this is the other one. This is the rising wedge on the 4 hour, which tells you it's going to go lower. But then you think, oh, well, it's going to go lower and then possibly retest here. But it just went straight down.
I mean,
like that.
Honestly, I'm mind blown. I really, it's going to take me a minute to process this. I mean, because so normally I've seen not even a move this big. Okay. I'm not going to lie, not seen a move this big, but I have seen a big move, a late Friday corrective move that they will do. I'm talking like within 2 hours of the market closing, when everybody's gone, they're done for the weekend, and I've watched them fix something. And I was like, unless you were watching it, you weren't getting it because nobody expected it to happen. And I feel like this might fall into that same category. Like nobody expected the first hour of Australia or Asia to do this.
No, you didn't expect that.
There's my alarm telling me to get ready for my 8 o'clock candle.
You expected it to retrace a little bit, and then maybe the rest of the week continue lower.
But that 4 hour chart that you just showed before you closed, Max.
Yeah.
That was the quintessential rising wedge with a breakout down.
Yeah, it's classic.
Classic.
And so this is what I'm saying. That pattern, you're drawing your trend lines, it's not going to break up. It's going to break to the downside. You know, if the wedge is going that way, then it's going to break to the upside. You just have to wait because you don't know when, because you look at this area and you think, okay, well, it's going to break down, which it did. And you think, oh, it may retest this area to continue, but it didn't bother with that.
And it could have taken a lot longer to break out.
Yeah, that's
because it's not really coming to a point yet. There's a lot of pictures.
That's the time element, which I don't really understand. You can't really.
So you mean to tell me that this wedge is still in play, even though?
Well, it may not be now.
Broke down.
That wedge is done.
Yeah, because it broke it,
that
right?
wedge was structure that you're following, but once you break it, especially like it just got violated in every way possible.
So that's just a way to show you where the trend is, or something?
No, this is where I started. This is like a few days ago. And so, well, this wedge is telling you it's going to come down.
Oh, and then it broke
and then it did that.
I see what you're stepping in.
So now that wedge is irrelevant. Like
This is from August the 5th.
That day you called, that's the day, is it? No.
Yeah, I called this wedge on August the 5th, but the other one was the goal, which I called.
Yeah, but what stream was it? I don't know I think it was that Wednesday stream, the last stream you called 1680. I know you've called it before, and then we were talking about it. You're like, yeah, probably not this week, and then sure enough, Monday morning we...
Yeah. This one's July 27.
Yeah, because I believe this is the chart you sent when I...
Yeah.
We were talking about it.
Yeah. But I look at this because, like, I don't trade on the weekly or like a shorter term, but I love to see this kind of candle on a 4 hour, you know, because you go, oh, okay, this is going to go short. All I need to do is find an entry, because you know it can retrace a little bit and then drop. Sometimes it can just, you know, go there and continue down. But it's not uncommon to see that, like a huge 4 hour candle or huge 1 hour candle like that. You know, here's another weekly one here that did a similar thing. You know, big areas like that, like this, didn't really do it there, but that's because it was, it did eventually, but you know, you're waiting. But this one was super obvious. That was a clear picture.
Super obvious on the chart, but how did you catch it at the timing? Because as you said, it could.
Well, because I saw it. I saw this, and I thought, well, this is, you know, anytime you see that, I mean, you're looking for shorts, ways to short. And then you looked at, like, I saw it because I saw 50% of the bearish weekly, 50% of this is going to go to here. Yeah. That's half of this candle is from there to there, where I've got this here to 1680 or 1678.
Hello.
Hello, Sasha.
Guys, what have you done? Insane.
Sasha, where have you been?
She's been hiding, catching all the entries.
I heard you guys and I saw the message. I quickly hopped on because I usually don't come on chart that early. I'm at work. And I was like, oh, are my eyes lying to me? I couldn't believe it.
Me either.
And then when I was so excited looking all of this, I couldn't speak because I was in the ward. I was like, hell, I want to talk. I want to talk. This is amazing. This is crazy. Oh my God. Even anything here would have given you thousands of pips. Easy.
Yeah, but would have is not good enough.
No, but it is. I have two of my runners running from the top. And one tiny runner, I had 0.30 or even 20. It's insane. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I closed mine here on Friday.
Oh, I see, Maxi. This is why I was like, Maxi, that was too early. Why did you do that? But I couldn't see anything with confidence. I was like, Max.
Well, I miscalculated because I thought, it's going to retrace a little bit before it continues to 1680.
Yeah,
I can get in again. But it is what it is. I don't mind missing it. I'm glad that I got that I nailed the call. Really, I mean, that's just.
So what happened? It's like as soon as it opened, it stayed and touched with what zone is that? 30-ish area. And then once it comes down to 1750, once it's down there within half an hour or so, it never stopped and gave everybody 500 pips. No, 711 pips all the way. So one 15-minute candle is 443 pips. What was I doing then? Which patient? Man, I had to be here.
You didn't miss that move, did you?
No. I mean, I have my runners, but I never bought anything. I didn't even enter anything. It's just crazy.
I just post my chart there if you want to share again, Mitch.
Yeah. Gotta switch these screens up.
Are you guys anticipating the whole week right now? This is insane. Guys, by the way, you will see some volume, I think, in 13 minutes.
Yeah, but are we? Because we got this whole candle here.
Yes, because the new market, whichever is going to open, would do something. They're not just going to sit there, I think.
Sasha must be heading to 1 million. Sasha probably already has 1 million. She gets all the snipers. All those snipers.
I mean, to be very honest, my 0.30 little tiny 0.30 runner gave me 2,000 something. Only from this. The position was 17. The one we had, the top off. What day was that? Friday. That's it. Imagine that. I'm like, this is crazy. So
volume to where Sasha? I don't get that one. Someone in the.
I'm looking at what they're saying.
On the YouTube, I don't get that one. Volume to where Sasha? To where Sasha is the volume?
I don't know which volume they're talking about, but I definitely want to look at this because we must see, after looking at this, everybody must be having some sort of FOMO. And if you look at the 1 hour candle, it has already retraced 50%. No, I mean, this 1 hour candle has not retraced 50%. When it's going to do that, we have to look into that. Is it going to retest its low first? If you look at 30-minute candle with the daily support, it's just sitting there. It's not trying to, not trying to break highs here. Yeah, at the top. Sami, where are you? Are you here? Are you busy somewhere else?
He was here.
He couldn't be busy somewhere else.
Remember, is there a bank holiday? What bank holiday is today?
Oh, for hospital there is no bank holiday.
Yeah, it's no. But they said, remember, there's a bank holiday. Not in America.
I am looking at It's already Sunday at most of the places, by the way.
There's a holiday in Japan. Big holiday in Japan.
Oh, in Japan? That doesn't affect.
That's what I told Brian. Like, Japan's not big enough to move gold 800 pips.
I mean, but it's a holiday, so even if it was,
holiday.
it wouldn't have moved.
Exactly.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, so they're doing it when they're not active in the market. Hey, Mitch, I just put in the chat a picture of a chart that Brian created. Like, I don't know if y'all can zoom in. I've never used this tool.
No, it wants me to open an account there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Just share our screen.
Hold on. Well, okay.
View in Thinkorswim.
On this one. Hold on. Give me a couple minutes and I'll share it.
Okay.
Give me a couple minutes. I got to log in Zoom on my other computer where he has it set up.
15-minute candles. All right. So on the left there is a structure.
15-minute candle.
Yeah, I was looking at 15-minute candles. We're showing rejection from the bottom, but if I'm looking at the left, because I have that zone on the left-hand side from 1742 to 1729. If we look at the middle, it is at least 1736 that we have on. So 1735, 1736, somewhere in the middle. I'm just trying to see where what's gonna be happening in next few minutes. It should be retesting this area of consolidation on the left. Right now, where it is rejecting is if you go on 1 hour and look at the left at 1724, there was a first wick on the left.
All the way to the left or this left?
It is on 13th April. So on the left, there is only the first interaction you'll see on the left. Yeah, right there. So if you look at 1 hour, the price reacted from the first bottom wick of 1724.083. 1724. Where are you?
Oh, we're still in April 1.
April, this is
2020?
13th April. 13th April 21. That's where the price first, reacted. So the tiny wick that you should be able to see there.
July.
Why are we here? Where is the price? Yeah, here.
Oh, right
here.
here.
Right here. Yeah. This is where the price is, yeah? So this is where we came up from. So we moved all the way. We touched the very bottom, but we did not break the low, I think. Let me see. Okay, guys. So we created exactly where the price today moved into was 1670. Oh my God, Max, lower than 85. Was it? Yeah, it's insane. So yeah, 1677. That's where we touched, which is exactly, yes, Michelle, which is the bottom of the last previous move.
Hey, Sasha, you know what that completed?
A cup. A cup, maybe, Michelle.
Anyway,
okay.
It's a janky cup, but
yes. So if you look at left, so this is a 1677. That's where price went down to. First reaction, it just moved straight back up until 1723, which you look at on the left, it's like straight move up all the way. That's what I see there. Let me clear this arrow. Mitch, can you squeeze and show us that area so we see what's happening? Oh, yeah, here. Yeah. No, you were there, just looking at the candles. Maybe a bit longer and then bring them back. Okay. So this was a straight move. It came straight here and reacted here. So we had all this easy move up. It did not break the low, did it? Mitch, can you see? I don't think it did. It doesn't look like, to me, it did.
It didn't break the low.
It didn't. So it and this is the third time. So one, if you draw from here and it respected this low, 1, 2, and to the precision. I think it was absolute to the precision, the third where we are right now.
Okay, Mitch, can I screen share this chart?
Sorry, what happened? I was on the phone. My apologies.
1748.
What do you need?
I want to screen share Brian's chart.
Oh, you got it up? Okay.
Yeah, you guys can see how his chart drives me crazy. But
hold on, I gotta stop sharing.
Okay. His charts drive me crazy. So he has to chart on something separate than me because I'm like, what is this line? Why is this here? And I'm panicked when I'm taking trades and I don't know what his lines mean. So Brian studied the Gartley harmonics, all that stuff. Some people believe in it, some people don't. He has bigger charts than this that say we're going up above the highs of the highs also, and going back like big time drawing these patterns. But he had this, and this is the target for this Gartley. He's had this on here for well over a month, saying that we were going to enter this target area. So here we are. And then this was the notes he said, should fall to the 1660s by mid-August, September. That would be the lower green band on the Fibonacci arc in this weekly chart. Then head up towards 1900, 2000 range. Just my prediction based on the 3 patterns. I don't know what that says. The 3 patterns gold has created since March 2019. And he wrote it on May 15th, 2021. So this is what he was predicting back then based on this Gartley, this wedge, which was an expanding wedge, and we just broke out of the expanding wedge. So he had all of these points holding up this wedge till just now. And then this was the top of his wedge.
Ronick, you gotta not look at all the lines and just what she's saying.
Telling you. I'm telling you. Actually, before we showed this, we deleted probably 10 lines because I'm like, what does this mean? I get like, I will take a trade off of a line that he has. And I'm like, I'm trading off of a random line. I don't even know what we're doing. So when it fails, I get very upset because I'm like, I took a trade off of some line. I have no clue what it was there for. So like, I don't know what this is for. These are gaps. These green lines are gaps, right?
No, those green lines are all-time lows that have never been hit again.
Okay.
I mean, all-time points that have never been coming back to.
Well,
That's
I mean, so that's been hit again.
Right.
So that's a double tap. So basically you're picking up areas that have never been double tapped.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an area that's never been double tapped back in the 1200s. Okay, there you go. That's that line. What's the purple dotted line?
That's a trend line.
Okay. So honestly, Brian goes out to like monthly.
I go out to years.
Yeah, and he like charts on the yearly, and I get frustrated. I'm like, how does that help me in the next 5 minutes? Like, what am I going to do with the yearly chart in the next 5 minutes? Anyway, I just wanted to show this. I will say on a bigger scale, he's identified a Wyckoff pattern, which we're right now at that Wyckoff pattern. So it would come off of here. And so if we come down, it could be a spring test to head back up. You can't see it clearly here, but
you can see it better on
yeah, and he like
daily,
Googled
maybe?
it. He Googled it, and there's several other people that said that gold is in a big Wyckoff pattern. So anyway, there's that. I just wanted
What
to
is
share
it
this crazy
stating,
chart.
Michelle?
Say again?
So what is it stating? The Wyckoff pattern then, what is it suggesting?
So basically the Wyckoff pattern, if you look it up, it's basically this line right through here is your support. And you respect this. And to go higher, you will spring test through it. Overall, Wyckoff says we're going up. So
Okay.
gold would be headed up and on the bigger picture. But this is, and it's obvious right here, this is a major support level since before the pandemic.
Right.
Well, no, actually right when the pandemic kind of started in April of last year.
Yeah, but it was you can even go back a little further. It was a resistance just before the support. Yeah.
I can't go. Let's see. I have to.
No, not that far. Not that far.
Got it. Okay.
Just if you go up.
Yeah, I mean, like it was resistance here, and then it became the support. It became the support all the way through here. So this is a really key level that we just bounced off of. And Wyckoff says that we will go below it, but you won't stay there. You'll end up coming back up. You might do it a couple of times, but ultimately you'll be going much higher. A Wyckoff is a much higher pattern. You really have to Google it. I don't know that much about it.
No, that's okay. I just wondered what this particular one was.
Okay, gold is making highs right now. It's 9 o'clock candle, which has opened.
Ooh, how big is that candle right there?
If you really want to get crazy.
No, nobody really wants to get crazy. Brian, this is why we can't pull up Brian's charts. Anyway, I'll stop sharing and somebody can put something up that makes sense to us in this current time period. So gold just tapped that high. That was the area Sammy said he was looking at.
Yeah, is it 8 o'clock yet?
Yes, Sammy said he was looking at this area, 1730. We got to 32.
No.
The Mitch, it's hitting your level there.
The next 4-hour resistance that I see on the left is 1734, or this area where the price is right now is 1729. It made the highest at 1731, which is bottom of on the left area. Somewhere in the middle we can look into that consolidation. That's where it has come to. So now where the price is, it is a consolidation area on the left. If you look at this chart, this area. So can you go look on the left side on 4-hour, please, and then see what's happening there is a lot of consolidation. So we have entered that zone again, which is, and which does, this whole bunch of area. So usually we take 50%, I think, of this area, or somewhere from the top to the bottom. So this level or within the, I can't see very detailed here. I think it's initial level here that you're looking at. So we might stay here for 5-10 minutes and then within this zone. And if you look at the support, I think it is here on the left-hand side. If you look, where is the support? So between that area, we can be, hanging in for some time until New York, so that you can see a nice big move at that time. Which direction? It will be very much obvious. See, it's making high highs right now.
We're also still in that channel, Mitch, that we drew earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Which you can see on the 5-minute.
Yeah, and they live around the corner.
So what would be the price for the top of the fib, if I were to look at it? Anyone?
Yeah, I'm trying to see the fib, but the current fib that we should be having should be till the bottom of today, and nothing more or less, because that's the structure. But which one exactly it's following from behind, I got no clue. But let's have a look. Right now we are touching the fib level 38.2. Yeah, 38.2 will be at exactly 1738.61. So 1741.97. These are the areas, 38 to 40 areas it is important. And then we can expect it to come back down to 1716-ish area again.
No, sorry, I don't know what the amount, what the price was for the very top of the fib. Did I miss it?
The top of the whatever the top was, I think 1830s, because we never retraced from there. So if you look at that level,
1831. That one, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what I took, because we never retraced that once we kept breaking the structure from there.
Yeah. but I thought I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
I'm waiting to see how this 5-minute closes because I want to see where we're going from there.
Yeah.
Before I take my entry, because this is this area I was looking at. Ooh. Bye, mommy.
It's a nice, good bullish candle. I think the reaction will be 1740.1. Oh yeah, see, it's pure precision.
You said 1741?
Or somewhere here, between here to 1740, we should see some reaction. Because I have I'm looking at the moving averages as well. 1739, yeah, something. It can retrace from here at any moment to at least this last top 1725. So 1725 area could be retested if it has to further move up, or 1718, 1725, any of this area could be retested.
I have a position at 1736.02.
For buys?
No. Sells.
Sell, okay.
I did take it. Based off this 1 minute close.
Yeah, exactly. But then, guys, don't hang in there for too long. Just secure whatever you could. I think, because right now the prices are so crazy.
Absolutely, guys. This is Asian. Do not plan to hold for 30, 50 pips. I mean, I know Sasha will get them,
secure. But no, I'm not planning to. This is so.
No, I mean, yeah, it's Asian. It's the beginning of the week. I don't expect it to move more than this.
So you keep,
I mean, I don't think we're gonna get a lot of movement out of this, just because what this happened and how this whole we had out this in that last hour. I really think it exhausted itself a little bit.
Yeah, if you even look at the 5 minute, the support it created on the left was at 1707-ish area. So don't stay in a position for too long, I'll suggest. So just a 5 minute structure shows 1707 or at the top 1750. So it's crazy.
Yeah, the last 5 minute candle was 86 pips. That's low.
Let's go. I am 28 pips up right now.
Yeah, keep securing partials, for one of your positions. Yeah.
Very nice, Mitch.
$17.29 is an area where we can see some reaction and then see if it's going to go further up or down from there. It's so hard to look at the ounces, good gosh. So hard.
So I just closed 75%
Mm-hmm.
at 43 pips. Just because I hit 43 pips, I'm okay with that number. I don't want to risk it.
No round of applause?
This is an next 5-minute candle, and it might, just make it stop like, and then try to retest further down. Let's see how it goes.
YouTube, can you hear this music
Hey,
that I'm playing?
could we
'Cause I'll
safely-
take it off if not.
Could we safely say this may be the low of the week?
No, I don't think so.
It's too early
Considering
to
the momentum,
say.
if you look at the US dollar strength right now, it depends how US dollar is.
Isn't it? I mean, 800 pips in 1 hour in the very first hour of the week. 800 pips. That's. I'm just still in. I'm over here in disbelief.
I know I am too, but New York session and that
And it's
market
a 500 wick
market.
candle,
And
or
all that market would need a move.
500 pip wick.
I mean, so basically, we went down 800 and we've retraced 500.
Yes.
Exactly.
So to go back down another 500 to make a new low is, I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's kind of like established. The wick is established right now.
But now are we, this could be the wick, yes. But for what we don't know if we could hover in this.
Oh, I've already said we're going to range. In fact, I believe.
So,
we're at the
but
top
where
of
are we
the
going to
range
range?
right now?
So you think we're going to range in here, but we could realistically come down and range in here.
Well, I mean, you definitely could. The idea of pushing lower is a little weird to me, but this is the range I called a little while ago. This is the Sasha. Here's our trading zone. So.
Yep, that's correct. But if you look at, we are not respecting anything right now. Any order block, any structure. I mean, if it had to, what you're saying, we should be expecting consolidation here. Where's the consolidation that we should be having here? That's going to come, right?
So here's the thing. We respected this. This is what I'm saying is I think in order to go past this, we're going to need a catalyst. Like a pretty big catalyst to take us back down 500 pips. And
what was the catalyst to go down there right now?
I'm not saying it can't, but it's highly unlikely.
That's why it's so volatile that I can expect anything. So I will be doing short-term moves and not hold for longer because this was not respected. I mean, this area was strong. See, it's been here, and we just crossed it as if anything. We did not, when it's falling down, the momentum is huge. When this is making smaller candles, that means it's retracement. So what is the actual move? Again, it's the sells. So it's the sells. So the momentum and the trend is sells, right? This is what we're doing against the trend right now. So I don't know how New York wants the market from, where it wants to start and where it wants to finish, or London wouldn't do much. But so they would want some price and set it up for. They're a huge market. It's not a holiday. They're nothing. So I don't know where they want it to be, and maybe make a little lower wick and then go up from there. Maybe next week it would be lower. The whole monthly candle maybe could even go to 1500. You never know. If you look at the strength chart for the dollar, what I just read was the DXY currently moving upward to complete wave 5, and we might see DXY going towards 127.2 fib level to 1.61. Yeah. So DXY is right now absolutely crazy, like gold is absolutely crazy. So if it is planning to move further up, that means we are gonna go further down, like literally down. I'm looking at some sort of consolidation, because then price will just hang in for some time between these levels and give us nothing between 1740 to this area, and then create some support. Right now on M30 there is no support. It's hardly. We have created some support on M5, which again is at 1724-ish area, and 1720 to 24 area, somewhere there. That's our support. Our daily support is at 1727, and we are above all of that right now. Crazy retracements. Sami, why aren't you talking?
Sammy still here? You got that entry?
Also,
Yo.
Oh, here you are.
There he is.
My bad. I was with family. I'm chilling in the backyard right now. But what zone?
Sorry, you were breaking.
He's on his. Your phone's probably on your Wi-Fi right now. In the backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like all the way on the other side of the house. But yeah, Sasha, show me that 4-hour zone.
The 4-hour zone on the right now, we are in a consolidation zone on the left. So that zone is from 1749 to 1724, and I'm gonna share the chart with you.
Are you sure you want to share your chart?
No. I'm just gonna be sharing on WhatsApp the screen. I'm just altering it, because whatever I drew over the weekend is not respected anymore, guys. This is crazy.
Ripped right through it.
Yeah, we just went all through it. It's a crazy area. Okay. This is what I saw. I'll share it on WhatsApp so that you guys can have a look if you want to. Now, where would that back test is coming for the channel above, where we book from? That's going to be insane. Okay, that's not bad.
No.
Right,
Okay.
6 area. Do you agree with this chart, Sammy?
I mean, I see what you drew. I don't know what to agree with, but I do see that zone you have from 1730. Right. Yeah, 1735, 1750, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was what, a 4-hour zone you had before, or just support resistance?
Right now, this is the support resistance, and the 4-hour key levels, I can highlight them too, because the price reacted initially exactly to the same key level that we had there.
Yeah.
Exactly, from the bottom of the wick. So 1732 area, it just wicked down. So if you look at the top, there is another level which has been respected and for a long time. That was a 1732.29. So it can be, it's a strong reason. It can be respected for now, and we can until London, maybe stay here. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Not do nothing.
So, yeah, we want to see what happens, how it reacts between this level right now to 1745, 1750. See how London is going to set up. See, are there going to be rejection candles? Is the momentum going to continue bullish? Are they going to take it up back all the way? Now, rarely ever do they dip down and take price back up and not revisit that area. So for sure, we're going to make either a higher low or a double bottom or a lower low, but we're gonna be here. So I'm not worried that price won't come back down. Possible for sells, but again, it can come back down to those lows, maybe not exact, but higher a little, if it wants to buy, right? So just considering both sides.
If it wants to buy, and also it should not make straight away a lower low, or maybe make a little lower low. However, but the thing is that I am expecting during NY more bearish momentum. Maybe because they have a lot of liquidity up there. They wouldn't go up there more, a lot, because they have a lot of buyers trapped there. They wouldn't give it back to them so easily.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But
so if anybody is expecting a channel retest or wherever we broke from and all of that, it will happen. 1789, whatever, but I don't know when. It's not going there now at all. I don't see that.
Yeah. So that trend, look how nicely this trend is being set, which is, come on, guys. It's too nice for retail just to be buying off of that. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a spike up. I don't know how far, and then a continuation down for a higher low, double bottom, or a lower low, before doing another retracement to either continue or come back down. But yeah, that trend that they're forming right now is too obvious. But again,
if you look at anybody, as well, you can see 1 hour candle retracement. Whenever there is this, see now on 1 hour, this candle has retraced more than 50%. This current candle, that's what usually we look for. And then continue retracement to it just depends.
Right.
If it has to.
Yeah.
But 50% is done. So I'm happy with this. I'm not gonna be messing with this anymore.
Yeah. So Mitch, let's see if this zone's gonna hold. Sorry, Michelle, what'd you say?
No, that's okay. Are we looking at so I'm over here, I fibbed this from the top of the move all the way to the bottom. Just the move, just today. Wow. And we're approaching the 786 area. Are we looking at any Fibonacci levels for this move?
Yeah, 38.2 level for the whole move from 730. That's what I have drawn. And that is 1739.02.
Yeah,
or
so now
a little bit up 1740. So that's exactly what Sami said earlier.
Yeah, so I know, Michelle, you asked me about fibs earlier, but it was still kind of early in that dip. But now, since we do have some kind of momentum upwards a little bit, you could draw your fib from that high of 1830 to this current low and see how that reacts. Even
Mitch, if you go to maybe 4 hour, you'll be able to see 1830-ish area. Yeah, right at the top. Yeah, from there. Because there has been no retracement from there. Yeah. By the way, my dream has come true to have such a huge runner. Congratulations.
Let's go. Let's go.
Mitch, did you take that that short on the 5 minute?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I am.
You did? Because
yes.
that's the only 5 minute that went down. in that range so far. That was a good entry. I've been
Yeah.
looking at it, trying to get in for a little, for a small entry. And,
Where is he? 38.2, guys. What level?
What, 38.2?
I have mine at 1736.
Yeah, mine too. 36. Okay, mine's a bit different. 38.2 level.
1711.
Oh, but that's all the way from the 1831, from the very top.
Yeah, right.
Before, that was the spike to the high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
all
not
the way
retraced.
down.
So this is the level where the price is right now. 39.03 is my, this is the level. And I have my 8 moving average.
Sasha, that's not the retracement. You're talking from the top to the bottom. But the retracement is 61.8.
Okay. The current 4-hour candle has no bottom wick, by the way. The new candle that has opened.
Here's where I fibbed from. Here to the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's the same thing I got up there. I just extended it further.
Yeah.
So notice used to make fun of me for all my lines, and yeah,
so look at the 4-hour too. Look at that candle that printed, that closed right? You can see the wick is longer than the body, showing that it wants to
but that half of that will be half of sorry Sami, I cut you off. Can you say it again?
No, you're good. I'm saying it should dip back down into that wick before it wants to keep going up. Now, I'm not saying it keep something like this right up here and then come back into it and either go like this, that. Just watch where price closed on Friday. Watch how it reacts to it. We might get a push to there. Like, that's too steep of a slow trend that is forming right now.
If you look at the daily candle right now, have a look. It's crazy. It's all the... So you expect this current 4-hour candle not to have a bottom wick?
No, I don't know what to expect, but I mean, it can do that. But it will for sure come back in the future, back down there. I don't think we have a top on that 4-hour when New York opened too. Right before that, before the market closed, the candle before that. Yep, right there. You see there's no top wick? Yeah, I'm seeing that too.
You know, I have 2 Fibonacci set, and a 50% and a 0.886 both line on the same price.
Yeah, so usually when I get levels that match up like that, just highlight it, give it like the zone. Don't put a line, but rather give it like an area or price and just see how it'll react.
So Mitch, I think you did that backwards.
I know I did it backwards. There's a reason I did it backwards.
Okay, because I was like, well, if you did it the other way, then those two would match up, because I think we have the same points.
That's the retracement just on this candle alone I was trying to figure out, but I want to figure out the retracement on this move backwards, right? So where if we keep going, where to look for my cells.
So where those two line up is at 1754. Let me see if there's a significance there.
Just looking at the 4 hour right now, and the fact that it didn't hang around the 1680 to sort of 1700 area, but there's no indication yet that it's going to go back down there. You could, I mean, from here it could do absolutely anything. It could just retrace that whole move.
Oh, you see that?
Hey, Mitch, can I share for 1 second?
And continue higher, or
so when I look for the significance of this, so here we have the 50% here and the 886 here, and then this area right here all lines up.
Are you on our chart or their chart?
I'm on our
It is
chart.
coming back to that 1 minute trend line, Michelle, that you have, that Sami had earlier shown you.
So right to those bodies of that. Anyway, so that's probably the area I'll look to see. I'm still, like Sammy said, I'm looking for a wick to change directions.
Okay. I just secured 30 pips on the sell.
Okay, Mitch, you can have it back.
Well, I don't want it back.
Hey, okay, so since I get to keep it for a second, that's on the 4 hour. Hey, I will say, Sasha, at the bottom, you know how like your indicator lines you got from Najin? Gosh, I get, even my own chart starts to drive me crazy. Let me hide. There we go. All right. Sammy and I were looking at this right in here. This is right when I took some buys, when we crossed over. And then, of course, I didn't hold them all the way up because that's not what I do. I only hold losers for a long time. So I'm working on that. I mean, if I'd taken sells down here, I'd be holding like a boss. But a winner, no, I can't keep that for 300 pips.
Michelle,
yes.
you've got half the equation right. You can hold. So
yes, I just gotta hold the right ones, and I gotta cut the wrong ones. I'm working on it. I promise. Identifying the problem is the first step to recovery.
Sure.
Positivity, yeah.
But anyway, when we were down here and this just fell off the cliff, we started looking at this 8, this smooth moving average that you turned me on to. I think I got out somewhere up here because I had a triangle and I expected it to bounce off that triangle and come back down.
Yeah, you see this line? It's right there. If it breaks it, that means it's starting to making lower lows. Right now, if you draw them all very nicely, well, I see it's been respected from the very start until now.
When I went to draw, it put everything back. So hold on a sec because I agree with that line. This is what Ricardo and I were looking at earlier.
Yeah.
Control Z is that. So there's this channel, but then this is also a wedge that I was looking at off of those 2 points. So both patterns say we're going to come down at some point. Even if you took the wedge from here over, we're still coming to a point. So those are the two things I've been watching, but definitely this line, and we're just now coming out of that channel, out of that line. But we're
Michelle, this Asian has given us 700 pips down. I mean, 700 pips down and 500 pips up already.
I mean, I called Sammy. I called Sammy when we were just 100 pips down. I was like, Sammy, we've moved 100 pips. Like, what do we do now at 8 o'clock? And then it just kept going and going and going. And
crazy.
But it's just,
you guys watched it when it was only 100 pips down.
Yes. I was like, Sammy, we're not even an hour into this, and we've moved 100 pips down. And then it just kept going, and I was like, we're getting on Zoom. I'm gonna pull a Zoom.
It was going so fast you couldn't catch it.
Well, you shouldn't have tried to catch it either.
No, you shouldn't have, because if you're already up at there, from the runner, that's perfect. But not from down there anywhere. Even this catch, the move up, who could dare it to touch at that level? Only maybe with a little tiny. Crazy. It is still respecting that line, the trend line, for 1 minute, guys. I think we're going all the way back up. What's happening? We have retraced 38.2% of the fib level for sure. Are you in buy, Sami, yourself?
Did you ask me if I'm in buys?
Yeah, I'm asking who else is in buys. Sami, yourself, everybody, tell me.
I'm not touching this. I caught 190 pips, and I'm being perfectly satisfied.
Nice.
I'm not trying to give back anything. I don't care what it does.
Don't. That's the way. That's
the
way.
Right back.
I wish I'd have left a runner. So stop loss and runners. That's the lesson for the week.
Yeah. Those are the things. That's it. And those who got these big, nice moves, I think you're done for the week. And my runner from the top, I don't need to do nothing. But I've never seen gold doing this in last 1 year. This crazy after COVID.
Yeah, I was actually just debating, because I'm being so tempted to take another trade. I was debating taking some of my CBN and going to sleep.
Yeah, I think that's the best to do.
I mean, I'm not impressed when we move 800 down and 500 up and I catch 190. I'm like, okay, I'm not a shark over here, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah, good stuff, Michelle. That's it. Just being content with what you have and not being greedy is going to keep you alive in the market.
Because we're just entering low volume. So anything right now, like, just let it go, because now it's like, look, Cody and I did a back testing the other day. We actually back tested several different weeks, but we aired one of them. And Sammy, I was going to have you do a back testing over the same week that I did with Cody, just to see what trades you would have taken compared to what I took. But I figured you were busy this weekend, so I didn't bother you. But I thought it would be very cool to have Sammy back test the same thing we did and see if our buys and sells match up.
Yeah. I'd like that. So maybe next time or this weekend, we can, like, you do your back testing session. It can be on YouTube or not, and I'll do mine, right? So we don't interfere with each other's buy, and then we'll compare at the end.
Yes, I would love that, because and I can go back, like, we went back to April of this year, and I did pretty well. I mean, I didn't kill it, but there were some things I'd be like, okay, I can see the setup here, but then I'd be like, I wouldn't trade it. I mean, New York, NYSE, 9 a.m., I'm not entering a trade.
Yeah.
So I was like, I see the setup, but I wouldn't take this trade because of the time. So
at 9 a.m. you want to take a trade?
No.
My time or your time?
That would be 10 a.m. your time, Mitch.
Oh, okay. You threw me off on.
Yeah, but
yeah, and then I'd be watching that trade all day.
All week.
Not all week, but I'd be stuck. So I'm like, I can't do that anymore. I'm not doing it. I don't care what it does. I'm really, like, honestly, Asia 7 to 8. Like, right now, I should be absolutely done. One, because I already blew away what I anticipated getting. But two, because I have to go to sleep. So I'm being kind of tight with myself on be done, get 1 hour in Asia, and then come back.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first couple hours of the week. We're gonna have plenty of other moves. Like anybody who caught these moves, that's great. Honestly, you got some quick pips, or you might have had some quick pips out of your account losses. But
Imagine when
trade.
other people, Sami, will come and see, they'll have extreme FOMO.
Oh my.
London, and those who are sleeping during Asian, thinking Asian does nothing. It's known for not doing anything.
No, up for a surprise.
I mean, I was impressed over 100 pips. And then I was like, what is happening?
Literally, we're on the I'm on the phone with Michelle. She's like, it dropped 100 pips. And I'm like, oh, snap. And then it just dropped another.
Like, wait, let me go look.
Dropped another 50. It dropped another 50. And we're like, oh, it dropped another 100. Like, oh.
Think about it, Sami. Why would they do it in the Asian? Because they know it's a low volume session. And they did not want people to make tons of money on this. By the time they'll wake up, they'll see we went down and came back up and they secured nothing for those who were selling, right? And for those who were buying, all their margin would be hit and they were out of it, out of this position on a bigger picture.
Yep. Now think about that, what you just said, and then think about them saying, think about somebody waking up, oh, damn, the sell-off happened and now we're buying. And then imagine it just goes down even deeper. You think that
you missed the sells and the buys right now? Like, honestly, you missed it both ways. And within 2 hours, 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So when you wake up and you see this move, you really have to start looking for another setup because it's happened.
Yep. By the way, 1580 is another level. You're taking it down there, by the way, Michelle, today?
Okay, let's see what news we have this week because...
We got a pretty slow week until Wednesday.
There you go.
Yeah. Slow week like this, And last week were supposed to be so many red folders, nothing much.
But see, that's the thing, guys. Like, news doesn't have to push price. Like, it's just the reason for price making somewhere for people on the chart and expect something. Like, did you expect this? No. Was there news? No. So there doesn't have to be news to push anything, but just be vigilant.
I see. Sami, listen, when it went down and it priced in and went down to 1832 level, remember that day when we were thinking, why is it going at such an off time, even before NY, and going all the way up? That's where all the banks and everybody maybe placed in their sells to get this move.
Yep.
On Thursday or something, whenever that was.
Yep.
Is it so Naeem put in the chat, according to some sources, the fall of 1,000 pips of gold was due to the sudden sale of 24,000 gold contracts worth more than 4 billion.
Yeah, that's the rumor in the market. I'm reading everywhere the same statement.
So is that August futures contracts? Is that what he's referring to?
I don't know what, but it says 24,000 gold contracts worth more than 4 billion. So that's the news everywhere. That's what they're saying. And who sold them? I got no clue.
I did, guys. I'll tell you the truth.
Guys.
Oh, yeah. Mitch did it. Mitch. I love it.
Hey, Mitch, throw some bread over here.
Yeah, I got you.
Mitch, we were partner in crime. Don't forget that.
But guys, that news report that just came out, right? Like, why are they giving this to the public? I mean, yes, it can be true to a degree, but they sold off that many contracts. Okay, who said they didn't buy? Who said they sold off short term and they're not going to sell again? Right? Did they tell you that? No. Well, they said basically they're telling you they took profits on sales, right? Or it could be that they sold positions, got rid of them, right? For why are they getting rid of positions? Maybe more, right? Like you don't know. Like they're not telling you the full story.
Or
that's literally bullcrap.
Entice people to fucking jump in.
No. Imagine, Mitch, all of this has happened and U.S. market did not participate yet.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, how could this be over without the big banks and all European market and U.S. market giving all this to Asia? Asia's moving this? Hell no.
No way in hell.
There is, I mean, I am expecting, not now, maybe not today, then tomorrow. They're up for something. So I don't think that they're going to let it go without participating. without securing down there. So maybe they're bringing it back. And this is a huge amount of retracement that has happened, more than 500 pips. So they're bringing it back, for some reason, maybe what Sami is saying. Otherwise, they would have left it down there until NY to take that position and bring it up. Since they didn't do it, they're up for something more bigger. I don't know what that would be. But just think.
Hey, Sammy. One thing you say that I love, because Brian and I try to forecast over here, and one thing you say that I love is that we're not here to forecast or predict. We're here to just trade what's in front of us.
React. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And the reaction, guys, 1740.46 is there. And it is still not in a mood to break my 1 minute trend line even. Imagine they're respecting 1 minute trend line.
I mean, but these minute candles have been big.
No, they really have. We were doing the math. Look at these shits. These are fucking massive. They're like 100 pip candles.
That's
I mean, not even with the wicks. Not even the wick. Just the body of this is 200 pips.
Mitch, remember the last week when the daily candle was only 70 pips?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we got this whole... Yeah.
I'm going to call out Iron Man because he did get on to the live trading lounge. I don't know if he's still watching, but who was here when Iron Man said he'd rather be kicked in the balls than watch the 1 minute? So, but when you have 100 pip 1 minute candles, you kind of have to watch it.
Yeah, we're surgeons in the markets. You gotta pull up a microscope.
You have to give importance. And
I mean, you wait for a 5 minute candle when they're moving 40, 50, 100 pips at a time. How do you take an entry?
My. Okay, guys, you guys almost gave me a heart attack, to be honest. When I looked at the price, I couldn't believe my eyes. And I was looking at, where is that big candle? And I was looking at the price. I was like, 1680, and I was like rubbing my eyes. I'm like, really? What am I looking at? Is it for real?
This reminds me of the chart that Sammy drew up and sent to AJ.
It went the other direction.
Yes.
The stupid candle.
Oh.
Oh my God.
So what he drew, we were at 1858. This is what just happened.
Yep. But Sami, don't you think, again, this level and the precision 1680 level, it is really, hard to break. I mean,
Billy Bills in YouTube said this happened because over the weekend Bitcoin and other crypto went up, bringing gold down.
I will say my crypto did go up.
Yes,
I was a little shocked
but
to see my
what are
crypto
increase. I understand that, right? But that's the thing, right? So crypto could eventually become a safe haven like gold, but until banks, until the greedy fucks could find a way to control it, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, guys, please be careful with crypto. Whoever drops it, maybe secure it.
yeah. If it's up, grab it, because they're gonna keep tanking it and dragging y'all through the cleaners until they get the price that they want to buy 95% of the shares or whatever. There's no ways that these people are gonna just let random people become richer than them off Bitcoin.
Okay.
So, I mean, it very well could correlate, right? I mean, who's to say? But when Friday, when gold tanked, did crypto rise?
Hey, somebody said the daily might flip in the fact that we are officially 3 hours and 50 minutes into the week. The daily could very possibly flip.
Makes sense. It's just because it is Asian. That's why I don't get it. When wasn't Asian? We had this type of move last, maybe during COVID, but it's not that.
What has me skeptical and why I'm glad I closed at 40 pips. I mean, the rest of it got stopped out, but I am glad because I still profited. But this Asian is supposed to make our daily wick, right? I say that every time. I always like to take the trade
This big
into that. I like to make the wick, right? I like to I know it's gonna wick up or wick down, and I like to buy or sell that wick. But this is a crazy ass fucking wick to try and.
I'm up 30 pips. I'm going to close that.
Yeah. 9 hour candle.
Yeah, no, I mean, close some portions and see what happens. But you know.
No, I just closed it. I
closed it all.
30 pips. I'm happy for that.
Guys,
it's funny because on my Dominion Market account, the daily it's two separate things. The daily is already bullish. It's well bullish. The daily started on Dominion Markets at 1707.
Yeah, they're different. That's why I try. That's what is hard. That's why I never liked to go to the MT5 Dominion Markets because I like my days and all that shit to add up when I'm watching it.
Yeah.
But I
what
don't.
I was going to say what happens with Dominion is they include that little Sunday opening at 5 p.m. to whatever time as like a half day type thing. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works, but
I mean that's that's when the goal, like on TradingView, that's when that day starts because at 5:30 would be their day, right over there.
Yeah, it's the same on IC Markets. It starts like TradingView. It's more normal. I prefer that.
Yeah, I hardly ever watch the actual chart on Dominion.
I would really love to know if anybody caught these buys from the bottom and held.
Oh, I wish I was there.
Yeah,
I would have.
I want to see.
Totally.
Has anyone thrown in the chat? Either chats? I wish there was a way we could combine the YouTube channels when we're like this. Just make them together.
Well, mine says to go over to yours, so people have left my chat and come over to yours.
Oh, okay.
That's why I leave it up, because a lot of people, as soon as I go live, there's usually like 10 people on immediately because they set their notifications. But I have a thing to hop over to your screen because you have more charts going on. But some people are in both, I think. They're in both chats. So guys, if you're on the live trading lounge, hop on over to Forex Soldiers. The little banner you see there is the stream. And make sure you subscribe to Forex Soldiers. That's Mitch. He comes on an Asian session at least 4 days a week. Mitch, you're doing it?
You Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday, and I am trying to figure out how I could work in the rest of the week into my schedule.
Right. So y'all don't miss Asian. Like honestly, we get on with Mitch. He doesn't stay on long, but you don't need to. Like we catch the really good time of the Asian session opening together on his stream.
Like an 800 pip move.
Yeah,
no.
Normally the streams are from normally about 7:30 p.m. Eastern to about 11:30. We probably won't take a trade after the next 7 minutes because it'll probably die down. There was 2 days last week, Sasha. We got moves after 9 o'clock, or one day that it didn't move until 10 o'clock, but we pretty much have our.
Otherwise, yeah, it would be just. So the thing is that it ranges. After this thing, the momentum dies and it just ranges and
volume goes away, and there's
And if you ever sit here and watch it, your spreads go from normal to like 50 in like no time because there's no volume. All the volume died.
And after having that 70 pip 1 minute candle, what would you want to do with these tiny ones? Don't waste your time. Just go celebrate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you got burned on Friday on buys. I took a buy on Friday, probably around the same place you did.
Ooh.
And I got burned a little on gold and I was done for the day because I still was in profit. So I'm like, just don't mess with it. But I'm not going to lie. I don't think I'm alone. I did expect gold to retrace some of the NFP news, some of it. So when I opened up today, I was preparing for the Mitch time that he comes on and streams. And that's when I was like, down 100 pips. What happened? So you probably weren't the only one that got burned on Friday. And I kept saying as that drop was happening, do not try to buy this. Like, don't try to buy. But then I felt they were at a weekly support level. And I was like, okay, we have fallen 400 plus pips. Like maybe there's a little buy in here. And then I got smacked for like 20 pips and got out.
You closed it, right?
Oh yeah, I closed it. And then I walked away for the rest of the day.
You did not hold. Thank you. Otherwise, this was coming to you, Michelle.
What is that?
Not holding your, drawdowns is the best for this example.
So Saif said that apparently the reason for the big dump in gold is because higher than expected NFP numbers, which added almost 1 million jobs, causing a significant increase in the U.S. Dollar, causing a rebalancing back to the... And that was it. Yeah, we already talked about the infrastructure, the $1 trillion. Gold will go back up. Of course, gold always goes back up. And it'll go back down.
Thank you for letting us know that. That's what we trade, up and down.
No, Iron Man said it was going to go up. Yeah, it's going to go up. It's going up as we speak, right? Not in a 1 minute, but... There's maybe a second chance to get in buys. New 4-hour wick fill.
Don't have FOMO. There will be a second chance, but do it with the right market. So wait for the second chance.
Yeah, John, I don't know if you're going to come in London. I don't know where you're at, but if you buys now, you're probably not going to get them. Because even if a move is, it's going to be... If you're looking for buys come London, you got to try and be patient for the come down in the rest of Asian, because it's going to push down a little bit more if it's going to buy. It's not going to just buy. Because we still got to finish just Asian. It may keep moving up slow, but it's not, you're not going to get nothing, no 200 pip minute candles, I'll tell you that. But then again, who would have thought it would have dropped in at the 7 o'clock candle? So, and we're back to my entry. That trade got stopped out, by the way, guys.
For the buys?
No, my sells that I had.
Okay.
Sasha, I finally know what you were talking about with the 38.2 on your tip. I apologize. I was looking at I don't know what it was. I was looking at it from lower. I didn't. Yeah. I took the top of the fib from when the day started.
Okay, from the day started. No, we were talking about the high, so it's the whole structure.
Yeah.
When it did not retrace, because if you see, it never retraced after 1832 level.
No, it didn't, except that when Mitch and I put the fib on, we were retracing from when Asian started, and that gave him the 61.8 that he took the sell on.
That's what we were doing. I fibbed this candle after it closed, the 1 hour. And then that's where I took my entry to sell.
Yeah,
Um,
that's where you put that orange range there.
yeah.
Yeah.
It looks better on the smaller candles. It doesn't look like a...
Sami, are you there? I think it's gone.
Maybe Sammy fell asleep on the chaise
How
lounge.
did you identify the 1740? Was a rejection point? Is it because it is a daily resistance?
Yeah, many things are there. The fib level, 4-hour daily resistance, structure, you know.
Yeah. And if you look left. I think that's the area you were talking about earlier, right? Fib level 70. Yeah, that's my fib level. 70.2.
Yeah, but I just Sasha was talking about 38.2, and I just couldn't see it because we had drawn the 61.8 to 70, and
yeah, that was
pointing at the same level. She was saying that's the same level, and so I didn't realize that I looked from my own chart, you know, to another one, and I got confused. So I wasn't putting my fib up as high from the very highest point at
yeah, that was that whole move. So what you and I did was what me and Sammy, and which is why I'll put them backwards, and it drives Michelle crazy when I put them backwards. But I put them backwards.
It wasn't upside down. It wasn't like the thing is.
No, when we were doing it, I put it forward to just find the retracement on this massive candle. So when me and Sammy were talking, I don't know what stream it was, we were talking about the fibs and how I could utilize them better. Remember when my settings were on reverse?
A few days ago when they were opposite.
Yeah, he told me about it, right? How we could just fib these candles, because this is a massive move. We know that there's going to be a retracement, so let's just fib it. It's big enough for us to fib it and get an accurate
reading. Yeah, that I was listening to too. I think that's why.
But where they're talking about when they kept calling the 38 is when you fib this whole move, and it lines up with the fib of this candle. So now that's where they're saying that this golden zone and this 38 are line up together.
Yeah, and I think I blinked when they drew that fib. So, yeah.
I don't know if you can see the numbers to here clearly.
Oh, absolutely.
You're on your phone. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I switched to my.
Okay.
I can see it all. Yeah, I can see the both of them, and I'm sure Sasha can too. Now she can see both of them. Numbers there, the 61.8 and the 32, right beside each other.
Where will it reject to? Stop loss will be on level 100. No. So in this trade, my stop loss was at the 78, I believe it would have been. It was real tight. I think it was here. Which I was cool with. Yeah, it was based off, it was off this wick in this candle here. Because that's where I didn't want to see that zone, and it came up, retested it, and came back down. But I was okay with it. I got my pips, so I didn't.
might see that push down. So you got that, see that engulfing on the 5 minute, right? So you had this right here, kind of like a bullish indication, but then this engulfing ate all of these candles, right? So if you go to a 15 minute, go to a 15 minute. Yeah, so you can also see here that this was a bullish pin bar indicating continuation upwards, right? Just like we saw over here, bullish pin bar, continuation upwards. We had a double bullish pin bars indicating continuation upwards on top of this resistance level that it was acting, that it was holding, but it wasn't quite, right? And that's why we had that push out of there. Now, this one that I'm pointing out is supposed to continue up, but it did get engulfed by this one here. So that does indicate some bearish pressure. Now, let's see if it's going to continue down. And I would be looking back at this area where it previously broke out of. So we might get something like that, or a small retest and a continuation up. And that's it. I'm just following price, literally. As we get more candles, I can tell the story better and see what direction they're going in. But if this candle is going to come back and close above this bullish, then we should see it continue upwards.
That's the kind of play-by-play I like to hear.
Yes, we react. That's it. No prediction. But just think about when we were in this area, right? Before this drop, just this whole area to the left. Who would have thought that, right? Like everybody's expecting retracement, da-da-da-da. They have to have you accustomed to a way that the market is going to move, right? Like anybody who took sales down here, let's say any newbies, right? Easy money for them. But also at the same time, they might have seen this as, oh, it's support, it's holding, right? But we know better. We were expecting maybe a push up before down, but they didn't need to do that. And that's really how they throw everybody off. Well, obviously it's different for somebody who has years in the market. They can kind of expect these moves or see it coming, right? Because they've seen it before. But these will happen, these types of moves down, right? We are in the bear season right now in the fall. So these moves do happen like once or twice a year. And last time that move happened, right, it was from the 1900s and the way it dropped, right? So that was in January, I believe. That was a drop, and this is the second time. But I wouldn't be surprised, right? Because we are in times of, COVID and whatnot. So these times are a little different in terms of volatility as compared to when everything was normal. So this is given an excuse for the banks and all the financial institutions to move their big money around. So, there is no place for any trader to say like, oh, this is not possible, because right, there's so much money being pumped into the market, and especially with all the money that the Fed is printing, right? Where are they going with it? You think they're giving it out in forms of stimulus checks or to, education sectors or industrial sectors? No, they're pumping it in here, right? Because their end goal is to buy it all, right? And so if their end goal is to buy it all, why would they not get lower prices? So, that for that reason, just a long-term perspective. I'm not even talking about this week or next week, just long-term perspective, right? Like if you look where price is at right now, they want to get the best price possible, right? Why? We're never going to revisit this area ever again. And we're going to make those all-time highs. But, and that can happen in a month, in 6 months, in a year. But just know that this is an area where, from here and below, where they would want to start stacking their positions. Like it only makes sense, right? With all this money they're printing, because the dollar is losing its value, right? So before inflation is even setting in, like what they adjusted it to right now is not reality. But when it is adjusted to what it is supposed to be, the dollar is going to be worthless, right? Meaning, if it's going to be worthless, I might as well make use of it. So what do? Well, let me convert that in the form of stocks, in the form of commodities like gold and silver, and that's just where I see like most of their positions being built in, right? Where like this is kind of where price should bottom out in terms of higher lows, like on a broad perspective in terms of years. But yeah, for us we're playing it day by day, but it is nice, right? Like imagine holding a position from like the 1000s, right? Like I know somebody who has a position from 1100 and he's just holding, right? Okay, fine, stop loss at break even. And in terms of like using MT4, MT5 brokers, and he's going to get paid in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years for the rest of his life without even entering another position. But I just want everybody just to be aware also, right? Like we look at the weekly time frame, monthly, just as you were to analyze a chart on a daily 4 hour, 15-minute, 1 hour, do it the same on a monthly. Just watch out for those levels, right? And then you can come into, when we are in that monthly zone or weekly zone, come into there. Then you can get on the microscope on the 4 hour, on the hourly, on the 15-minute, and get an entry there, right? And those are going to be more valuable to you because there's potential for it to run for a longer duration. But
why don't you think it can go lower? Because if you look at the weekly chart, so for example, there were a lot of people who have their positions, from down there. Yeah, all this area, it has been there for a long time. Why wouldn't they want them out as well and then move further? Because they have taken huge amount of liquidity from this area right now and from this area. They killed it. This area, all of them, they just gave up, obviously. And those who were trying to see higher highs from here, all the buyers are just taken out so badly. Now what I see is that they don't want these people here. They want to take them out too, maybe. Why couldn't that be a possibility?
it can. It absolutely can. But it can for short term. But just them validating that as a support level, like I just don't see it like holding, right? I just don't see it.
Is it the same thing called seller side liquidity with the equal lows?
Yeah. So why didn't they take out those lows?
In one go, you mean? If it had to be, it should have been straight away.
Yeah. Aren't there stop losses there? How come they didn't take out their stop losses?
Because I think that's going to come in NYSE maybe, because there are bigger markets at that time, so they are maybe fooling out people by coming and showing them equal lows and all of that. But maybe one more week down would be for the bigger banks or the bigger market. And then they just move up. But I don't think. I mean, could that be possibly another 500 pips down? Is that whatever the value would be before?
Very well can be like okay, they came out with this news, the flash crash. Okay, there's other crap going on the news. We have this Delta variant. They can literally use that as a weapon for any time they want to move the market. Still in their bag, right? They haven't used that yet. They haven't used it yet.
Or maybe that could be another week. Maybe this is this week's low, and then we stay in this area. And remember how they consolidate and then wick down, take everybody out again, create more liquidity in this area, and then move up instead of doing it straight away today.
They need to convince people to buy.
Yeah.
But that move down could happen this week, next week, the week after, right? We just have to see how price plays out. And usually, right, like we saw, if anybody took sells from 1830, 1810 before the drop, like we see stuff on the chart, technical wise, before the news even happens. We just position ourselves at the best possible price from a technical standpoint and let the news do whatever it does, right? All we can control is where we enter in our entries and the liquidity the money that flows in and out of our accounts, and we just try to limit our exposure and let them come out with news and whatever, and we'll just profit off of that.
Okay, alrighty, yeah, makes sense. But still, to me, it's hard to actually digest this huge move. I was unable to digest that what they did on one certain day and took it all the way up 1832 and bring it back down even lower. Remember that day when I was saying, okay, it made even lower, 1807, that's something. And then we were saying 1898 would be broken or not. They broke it to 94-ish area and dumped it for, I mean, they've been just doing it without any retracement at all. So
Yeah.
that's why I saw with the indicator that I just shared with you that there was a huge liquidity, but when it went down to 1830s area, people were looking at 1850, 80, 60, all that top side. They were convinced. And so that's how they actually convinced everybody, sat down there and finally did it. And we were praying to get out of that consolidation between 1831 and also 1890 area. We did, but what a move. I did not know that we've been sitting there so many days for this to come.
Yeah, big time. Big play.
Mm-hmm. Good God. So those who have taken sells, working good for you?
See, it's trying to make this W pattern I want to play out.
W pattern. The 15-minute candle is just closed.
These are just the areas, but this is what I want to see my W do, right? Whether it even comes down under here.
Can I show you what I see?
Yeah.
Mitch, yeah, you can keep it right there. Or just spread it out a little.
Go to where?
Just spread it out horizontally. Like extend the chart. No, the other way. Like we get more details. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. No, more. I want to see the candles. Let me see more bodies. Yeah, like what you did. Yes, perfect. Okay, perfect. Just stay there. Stay there. Okay. That W you're seeing, I see this. We had that low created. We had an up move, temporary down, another push up. Isn't that a W right there? See that? So
yeah,
now I see that they could do exactly what you're talking about, like
make
that.
an M.
Yeah, so at every W on a micro, you can have a minor M right there. It's going to be smaller. You're not going to see it. And at every valley of a W, you should see like a W formation. Sometimes it's a head and shoulders. It could be. Sometimes it's a W, but they're going to give some kind of pattern like that. But here, let me get rid of this and maybe you can see it better. I do see what you're saying. So let me see. I think I'm getting too into my surgeon mode. So, but I can see your pattern playing out. See what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just basically that it does not go in just one direction. Yeah. You see the retracement right back on the 15 minute. It will just push up and then go down, make a whole move with the pattern. And before it would just do, it just occurred. Always with a new 15-minute candle, I see this happening. And if you look at 15 minutes, Sammy, do you see that bar that it has created? Yeah, with this tiny body. That's the one.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so that's what it is like. It's gonna go retest it high again, and then from there somewhere.
And come down.
They could just consolidate from here until London. And if it consolidates from here to London, I would be expecting sells. New York, different story. Might sell or buy, but I've seen like this play out before, and yeah, that's it. If it keeps consolidating until London, I might look for sells. That's it.
Okay. You will look for sells during NY.
To do this move here?
Oh, during London. Yeah.
Oh, during London. Okay. Oh, okay. I get what you mean. Because then NY would be buys. Or further push down and then buy. But I expect some consolidation in this area, looking at the left anyway.
Yeah, probably that's
area. Yeah. And this is the time in the area, you know. There is a daily support up there too. So just looking at it. So right now, what I see, the liquidity maximum is sitting at 1763 area. They're going to create some liquidity now. So the board is kind of blank, by the way, to be honest, because they've taken so many people out. It's crazy.
Oh, it really has. You couldn't get buys or sells in this, really.
Yo, y'all down to open up a bank? Let's just trade with them.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Has anybody watched Margin Call?
No.
Y'all need to watch it.
Margin Call, I heard that. It's
like the movie,
it's on.
Yeah, all right. But if you look at the concept, like it's interesting. I mean, you come and trade, and you'd be like,
Weren't you talking about it on another stream, or someone was talking about it on another stream?
I don't know. Did I? I don't think so.
I don't know. I heard that movie somewhere.
It's a sign, bro.
Maybe I did see it, and that's why it sounds familiar. Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna watch that shit. I didn't watch it, but I think I'm going to. Tonight, I mean.
Does
y'all know
anybody...
what
Sorry.
What's up, Michelle?
I want to say, does anybody know, is trading Forex banned in certain countries?
I believe so. Isn't it? Yeah, in India, isn't it?
I heard so, yeah.
It's almost banned in Australia.
Really?
Well, they dropped the leverage from 1 to 500 to 1 to 30, which it's not really banned, but
that's what it's in America. So, or 1 to 30.
1 to 30, because their excuse is too many people are losing money. But you'd think that's what they would want. I don't know.
Yeah, but
well, profiting off of it.
Yeah, they don't want people profiting at 1 to 500. Throw a 10 lot on it this morning and get a few hundred pips.
100 lot.
100 lot, yeah. But actually, 1 to 30 is okay. It's not that bad. You've got a decent account.
Yeah, but then when you go to 1 to 500, it's so much better.
It is better, yeah, but the risk. If you've got a decent size account, then it doesn't hurt it too much. But if you've got $100 account and you want to double it and double it again and double it again, then it makes it a little trickier. As the famous billionaire Kerry Packer said in front of Parliament in the 1990s, I think it was, he said, every time you make a new law, you take somebody's privileges away a little bit. He was saying that since he was a kid, there's been probably 10,000 new laws enacted in Australia. And every time you add a new law, you cut someone's privileges.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was saying, you know, make a new law, you should repeal an old law, which kind of makes sense.
It kind of makes people want to do it more, right?
Yeah.
According to the data, guys, you'll be surprised. 80.36% people were in buys over the weekend before the weekend.
Of course.
80.36%. My goodness. But I'm very happy I was amongst the rest of the 20%.
I'm in the percent that there was no answer because I closed all my, which I'm glad, because I probably would have been in the buys too.
Oh really? Oh god.
I don't know.
I was in buys with my SL and profit, and I was thinking about holding it. I was like, nah, they're gonna drop it.
Yeah, nah.
Oh,
When I
really?
seen how much I made for the day on Friday, I was like, fuck it, I'm good. Let me just close it.
Yep.
I was in profit and hella profit, so I was like, I'm chilling.
I'm happy. No need.
But I might have been greedy. Like, but I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I just closed and walked away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm ready, bro. Whatever they want to buy, they want to sell. I'm ready. Like I'm like seriously. Like even though I'm saying sells, like it doesn't like that's just an idea, right? Like if the candles print something on the chart and that's my signal to go in, I'm gonna go in, right? Like I'm not gonna say nah, we're going down. Like no, I'm gonna take both sides, right? And just whichever one's gonna go more, it goes more. And I think that's important for everybody to just understand. Like you don't have to have a bias. If your system, if you're following a system and it tells you, okay, I look for buys in this area or I look for sells in this area, you should always be considering both sides. And you know, yeah, I want price to drop more, right? Because that'd give me a better price, but what, you know, doesn't have to happen right now. Like and looking at the flip side, right? Like we were talking about price going to 1858, 59, totally, I would not be surprised if we just zoom up. I will not be surprised.
Really?
I better be in a position. I'll tell you that. I'll be happy, but no, I really wouldn't. You know, just like kind of building up slowly, right, in waves, taking it up there. But again, right, we could expect a reaction off of that 1858, and either it's going to break down lower or it's going to retest previous structure and just continue going up from there. It was just an idea, but like just what I said to sell, like going down deeper, it's just based off me looking at liquidity. They can protect their position, right? Like who am I to say nah, take it out, right? But on a higher time frame. But I do expect this low kind of to be tampered with, violated, and maybe go up from there. It doesn't have to drop down lower than that, but I am looking at like
you can't be sure of that when thing too. They want liquidity right now more.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's why I'm thinking they can. If they go back from here, Sami, I would be like, this is the biggest liquidity grab they have had.
Yeah. Like, even if they do pull back here, let's say, for example, I don't know, can pull back here, wherever. When it starts moving up and somebody enters a position for a buy, where are they going to put their stop loss? Here or here? You know, here may be aggressive, here may be conservative. Okay, fine, build it up, bring it back down a little, bring it back up, and then just slam it, right? Yeah, I'm really looking at these prices between that. Actually, 1630, 1625.
Yes.
Like from there, I would be like trying to get in my big boy buys, but you know, it doesn't have to go there again, right? So just whatever price gives, will react. Because this is on the way up, it is a bunch of noise right here. So, oops, where'd my screen go? It can have trouble going beyond it, or it can rip right through. And those are the two options. There's only two options, but yeah, we'll be ready, right? We just show up to each session, read the candles, we take positions based off of that, you know, and when it goes a certain amount of pips, stop loss at break even, let the market do its thing. Either go deeper into profit, maybe you take your partials, maybe it takes you out. It's okay, we're still getting pips every day.
Yeah, makes sense. If you go to daily, can I discuss something with you guys? Can you look at this? And I want to see a little bit of more on that side. Just a squeeze a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. So if you're looking at this, these candles, there was just common sense, right? Is there any candle left with this big of wick? Because their money is sitting here, a lot of it. And because to take this price down, they had to, you know, have a lot of money thrown in there. This is the biggest wick that I see. Oh, sorry, this one. Yeah, this one and this one. But they were, you know, taken back on. This was the longest they didn't do. So if you look at this price, they kept taking it up like that. After this big drop, they did consolidate in this area. Why can't we expect something like that? But there was a big reason at that time. What do you think, Sami? Can you explain that in respect to the earlier move I'm talking about, please?
That move that we got like last week?
And this one here. So they had a big drop like we had earlier, and then they consolidated in this area and they left this wick. So I'm looking at this wick. What are the probabilities that it won't fill up and they can just leave this wick here like that and continue moving up? But this happened after this big drop here and consolidation here. And so if they continue moving up and make a little high, or then come back down, consolidating later on something, or they want to come back like this scenario, make a lower low, then high, and then further, you know, do you see some similarity?
Yeah, I see that. So the same way you see it there, I'm also looking at it here. Right, so after that initial drop, come back, load, dip down, take off. So we could see something like that there, and you can see it's kind of like a W pattern, right? And even to look at the one you're talking about here, and all a W pattern is just a low, a lower high, lower low, right? We can see it right there. Now, I don't know, people may not, you know, trade that, whatever, but I mean, I don't really trade it, but I just see it anyway, right? And so when I'm looking at a bigger, at a bigger perspective, exactly, Mitch, exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to get at. Now, this could be the low, right? Low. Will we get that lower low similarly? Or will it be a higher low and continue up? Or will it be here and continue up? Right? But that's exactly what I see, because I saw kind of like an M at that top, right? And so coming down, we made another W. Again, we made another M here. So we should have something continue like that. But yeah, that's it. That's the only reason why I'm expecting price to come back down. Like, there's no way come on, like.
Exactly.
You know?
Because I've never seen this wick anywhere this big, huge, you know. So they can't be just leaving all of this here, even for a day, you know. The daily could not be this bad.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see, right? Like, it can close like that. Like, we can't leave it out of the equation, but most likely it's not going to wick like that. It's going to come back down for the day, at least, you know. Wherever they want to take it, but, you know, that kind of wick, I don't know if I've seen that on gold in a while. And so we just react, right? We're not trying to be right or wrong. We're just trying to get our pips, right? And just
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
is
I'd
what
like
I
to be
see,
right, but you
so
know.
that what
Yeah,
but
yeah.
keeping the scenarios in mind isn't too bad, is it?
Yeah, definitely not. But yo, guys, I gotta go. I will see you guys probably in NY. I'll try to wake up for London, but if
Oh,
not,
you're
I'll
gonna
just see.
sleep. Okie dokie then.
Later, Sammy.
All right, bro. Peace out. Bye, guys.
Take care. Bye bye.
Yeah, same here, guys. Thanks, Mitch, for the session tonight for you two. And nice chatting with you, Michelle, Sasha, and
Yep,
Max.
yep, it was indeed.
Yeah. Have a good one, guys. I know it's
You
just the
too,
beginning of your day
Marlena.
session. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Sure as it is. Have a night rest. Good time sleep. Michelle, you're going to sleep too?
I'm actually doing a little journaling real quick, and then I'm out.
You are doing journaling.
Yes, I made a new
Nice.
worksheet, so I'm testing out my new worksheet.
I like to hear that.
I like.
Wait till
that
you guys
too.
see my worksheet. It's pretty cool, but I'm not done with it yet.
Impressive.
So I'm using it to see, like, if it's good.
Impressive.
You want? Do y'all want me to share it in the small group?
Go on. It's
Yes.
just
One
that
second. Give me a second.
you're
We're
already
done for the
doing
day.
it.
The moves are done. Y'all seen what we want. What we're looking for. Come back in the morning for London session on Luke Trades London, and then over to New
Yeah.
York at the live trading lounge.
Thank you.